Hello everyone, it's Melissa. Welcome back. Today I am sharing another project. This is a 8.5 by 11 layout documenting my son's love of Rubik's, all things cubes related puzzles. He's a maniac, which is in fact what I journaled. So starting off by pulling from my product jar, I have pulled already labels, roller stamps, ribbon, ephemera, mists, wood veneer, and the last one will be washi tape. And in fact, I get all of them used except for ribbon. And as you can see right here, I have some red paint, just acrylic pulled from my stash. And I have a bunch of speech bubbles, wood veneer speech bubbles, that I pulled from my stash. And you know what? I thought, why not? Because in fact, I used all of these speech bubbles and now they are completely gone out of my stash. Those I purchased a long time ago. They were from, I want to say, Studio Calico, and now they are gone. So hip hip. I also added some hearts from my stash. I'm not exactly sure where they're from. They're from a variety of different places. But in all, I ended up using 8 pieces of wood veneer. And so that is huge. And like I said, to say that the wood veneer speech bubbles are now gone is fantastic for me. So I'm starting off by using just a makeup sponge. I buy those from the Dollar Tree or Walmart, whatever. And then I just cut them bits because you only need the tiniest bit. So I went ahead and painted the hearts, and I'm using a king size Sharpie marker and coloring in the speech bubbles. This is how 99.9% of the times I do it. So I'm starting off with a cream colored, very vanilla Stampin' Up! 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. I used a Studio Calico clay colored mist on the background and let it dry. And in fact, it dries kind of like a gray, which was perfect. I wanted you to make note that it doesn't bother me to mix cream or a off-white with white. So I do that all the time. So what you saw me pull there was a piece of paper, and you can see at the top of the screen there that I in fact cut it down, and it was from Joann's, and it was an American Crafts, maybe a crepe paper piece of paper, and I'm going to use it cut into bits as ephemera. So I went ahead on the bottom there and added a piece of washi sticker, which hasn't been in my stash forever. It's from Little Yellow Bicycle. The thing about the vellum tape strips is that they are not as forgiving. So once they're down, they're down. So you see there I have a Rubik's Cube that I cut from that piece of pattern paper. And now I have a sticker with a notebook punch from the Echo Park paper there. I'm just trying to suggest a border sticker. And I just used some cornstarch and a brush just to make the spiral top portion not sticky so that I can rough it up like I like to do with notebook paper edges. And yeah, so I will in fact get that whole border sticker used off that sticker sheet. So again, very pleased. And yeah, the only thing that I used from on this page really is just the cut aparts from that one sheet of paper and just a couple other pieces from my stash. That's a sticker that says sun, and it's in a label or a ticket shape. I use that, cut that in half. The bit from the pattern paper that says My Little Man on the top of the layout there. I'm just adding things at this point, for a layer. As much as you guys know, I like layering, bringing in color. So really just for color and just to document this fun page. Like I mentioned, I used all those speech bubbles which said perfect, superstar, play, what's up, terrific. And I even, in fact, on the right side of the page, you can see that craft sticker banner. And even those, it's kind, silly, sweet, fun, happy, perfect. Just me documenting, and you can really, I filled this page with, just all kinds of lovely things, descriptive words to describe my son. He is, you know, just so good. I adore him. So he's a good boy. So yeah, I used my tiny attacher on the top there and just adhered those pieces of ephemera just to bring in some metal elements, which I will add in 2 more metal elements to kind of bring it into a visual triangle. And you'll see later I'll go ahead and add a brad at the bottom and a Stampin' Up! Clip. It's one of the new galvanized clips, and I like them a lot. You see there I'm doing the title, which I will slow it down here and show you that the title is actually cut from the My Favorite Things Bottle Cap Alphas, which is a cute, tiny little word alpha set, die set. I also stamped Absolutely with the Title Builder Volume 2 stamp from Ellie's Studio, and I used an Island Indigo, which is a fun blue from Stampin' Up! And I just love that. The hashtag is also from a die cut from my stash. I just cut that in black cardstock. And so like I mentioned, I got all the elements from my jar used on this page except for the ribbon. I just wasn't able to get that to work. A lot of times when I'm stuck with ribbon, I use it as an element as like a strip of paper or washi tape. And, you know, it's kind of the same thing, but I really didn't, with it being 8.5 by 11 and with the fact that I used a 4 by 6 photo, you know, you kind of got to be mindful of your space. So right there is a Chic Tags label, and, you know, I'm using it for nothing else but the color really, and just another layer. And one of the pieces that I pulled from my product jar were labels. So I'm considering that a label and or a piece of ephemera, and I do in fact use another label, but that'll be at the bottom here and I'll show you that later. So you know, if you guys, this is some of my favorite things. Like, I'm not going to stop because this is helping me bust out layouts, but I really like just layering, you know, pattern paper. And you know, yeah, sometimes I feel like it looks a little boxy, but other times I feel like, you know what, the color's there, I am using elements, and so what? Who cares? I don't care. I like it, and I'm going to keep going with it because, yeah, because I want to. So you saw there another piece from that cut apart pattern paper, just using that there just to bring in some more turquoise. So, you know, trying to be mindful. The Rubik's Cube there has, you know, quite a few colors in there, so that's fun as a nice grounding color element on the bottom there. So right now I'm looking through the roller stamps. That was one of my product pulls, and I settled on an AB Tangerine, and I used the words "Remember This" from the stamped, and I just stamp it a bunch of times on the top of that cassette tape, which in fact was cut from that pattern paper as well. Now, just using some Memento ink, and I'm going to do first and second generation stamping. And yeah, it's going to be messy, but you're going to be able to read it because I've stamped it like 20 times. And so, sorry about my head there. And yeah, so my son, going back to my little story here, he is so enthralled with the Rubik's, the cube, and, you know, anything to do with spinning. He's got regular Rubik's cubes. This isn't even all of them. I should say that. He has regular Rubik's cubes. He has what we call speed cubes. He has 3x3s, 4x4s, 5x5s. He has triangle ones. He has hexagon ones. Yeah, like I said, this really doesn't the scope of what we have, and he uses his own money for most of it, so it's not even me. I can't complain because I'm not enabling him. He does chores, and, you know, if he's not spending his money on V-Bucks for Fortnite, he's buying cubes, and, you know, who am I to say any different? So you see there I have that sticker, that craft sticker on the right, and just another piece of ephemera cut apart from that sheet of pattern paper I showed in the beginning. Here's me tucking in the little bit that was left over from that border sticker, and I'm just taking the stick off the top piece again so that I can rough it up and give it some texture and some dimension. And, you know, it was an afterthought. I just thought, you know what, there's a little too much little space here, white space, and so I'm going to use this to just tuck it in there, bring some more craft into that area, and now again I have another visual triangle. And I don't always do that, but You know, sometimes I'm mindful of it. Other times I'm not. You know, do I want there to be one orange element on a page that has no other orange? Well, usually no, but you know, sometimes it happens, and that's that. I'm okay with it. Um, More often than not, I'm just trying to bust things out of my stash. So not wanting to have that little bit of craft border sticker in my stash, you know, was more of the reason, I'm sure, that I used that last little element. And so you can see now I'm adding my photo, and you can see I've got the cassette tape behind it as a layering element with the Remember This on there. Oh, there's the leftover bit from that cube I cut, and I was going to try to tuck it somewhere, but I decided against it. So I'm going to cut off the paper that's hanging off the edge, and next you'll see that I have used one of those galvanized clips and put down the craft tag that says kind, silly, sweet, fun, perfect, and happy. And you know, that was from the sticker sheet that I showed in the beginning from Echo Park. And yeah, I just put it on with a Stampin' Up! Galvanized clip. They're relatively new to Stampin' Up!, so I love all clips, so I snatched that up right away on my first order. So yeah, I hope you guys are liking this. I'm actually going to put a link to another video that I hope you'll enjoy. And I want to say this is process video number 15, maybe 16. I'm not sure, but I'm just moving right along here, you guys. And I would love for you to subscribe to my channel for more videos. And yeah, head over to my social media sites and like and follow me over there. I'll put a link to those in the description box below. And if you have any questions, let me know. And give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great week, and thank you so much for your time and for watching. Bye, guys.